Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Rugby League Breakdown podcast, episode number 48 for your Wednesday evening. It is May 18th, 2022, right here on the Nick from Australia YouTube channel. And joining me, as always, for the Rugby League Breakdown podcast, in the middle, we've got ProEnzo Vidz, and on the end, in the beautiful red, black, and white shirt, all out CHAMPA. ProEnzo Vidz, mate, how are you, brother?
Not bad, bro. Not bad. Good to be back on the podcast this week.
No worries, bro. It's good to have you on as always, and also join my all-out Champa. Champa, how are you, brother?
I'm doing good, boys. Great to get this show on the way, and let's just fucking do it. All right, let's just do it.
Well, it's gonna be a great show, and I just gotta say I'm very high as a kite after Magic Round. I'm still in a very very good mood, and you know the best part about Magic Round last week, boys. My team had a big win. Lorenzo's team got absolutely killed, and we destroyed the West Tigers. So I'm over the moon. You boys obviously have been buying tissues from Woolworths. You've been crying yourselves to sleep every night. I'm in a great mood, boys. What's happened to your boys over the weekend? Champa, you're confident. ProEnzo, Manly. I don't know what the fuck happened to Manly. What happened, boys?
No idea, mate. Yeah, I'm not the right person to ask. That's Manly.
I guess we were just outperformed. Simply by that, we were just simply outperformed. Outperformed.
As expected, we all knew it was going to happen, but you didn't want to. You didn't want to believe it. You didn't want to believe it.
Competition best in the next 2 weeks.
We're in third, boys. You boys aren't even in the eighth. So, yeah. Well, sorry, boys. I just had to. I have to gloat, boys. I really do. We're in third. It's been a long time since we've been that good, so I'm taking it. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rugby League Breakdown podcast, episode number 48. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It's much appreciated. Go and subscribe to the YouTube channels of ProEnzo, Vidz, and all that Champa. If you haven't already, the link to their YouTube channels are below in the description. Whatever, link below, whatever the fuck. I don't care. I really don't care. I've lost my words already. Who gives a shit? But hello to everyone in the live chat. We've got 24 people in the live chat as we speak. We've got Jack D, Penrith Panthers fan, Jason Reader, Luke Melbourne Storm fan, SS Storm fan, Minty Rabbito. We've got Faraz Alam, the Bundy Chick 82's in the house. We've got Homerton Sensei, or however the fuck you pronounce it. Sorry if I got that wrong, mate. Trying my best. Who else we got here? CJ Moxley's in the chat. Everyone's rolling in. You love to see it. The chat's going off. Warriors and our Fanatics is here. National Sports loaded. The chat's filling up with fantastic people. And thank you to everyone that's tuned into tonight's show, even though we haven't even really started yet. But everyone that tunes into the live stream, it means a lot. But, fellas, let's get into the podcast, shall we?
Yeah,
let's do it.
And also, hello to Nico Bassel O'Connor in the chat as well. Let's get into the show, boys. We've got a few things we've got to talk about tonight. A lot of things to get into, actually. And we're going to start off with probably the biggest news of the week. Topic number 5. Trent Barrett. We all know he's been fired or he's stood down. He's been sacked. Topic number 5. Who will be the next coach of the Bulldogs? Who's going to take over as the head coach? There's plenty of names going around. Shane Flanagan, Paul Green, John Morris, Cameron Serraldo, Christian Wolf, Jason Riles. Fuck me, Dad. You might as well throw every name under the sun into this list. Neil Henry. Fuck me. Who else is there going around? Jeff Tuvey. Plenty of names being thrown in the book. Obviously, Mick Potter will be the interim coach until the end of the season, from what I understand. But ProEnzo Vidz, who will be the next coach of the Bulldogs, and what are your thoughts on Trent Barrett leaving, or should I say, stepping down as the Bulldogs no longer being the head coach?
Yeah, I'll start with Barrett. That's I think it was coming. I think it was happening because I think after how Barrett went last year with the club and how he's going currently this year with no changes, with a better squad this time, there's no good results. Like, there's no improvement on the ladder. There's no improvement with the way they play or attack. So there's still the same issues there. And I think it was always Barrett that was going to leave in the end from how they were going. So doesn't come as a surprise, to be honest. So whether he actually quitted or whether that was because he was going to get sacked and didn't want to be in the front line of that, I don't know. But he's gone, and I think it had to happen eventually with the way they're going. But who replaces him? Well, Nick, you said there was a lot of options out there, which there is, and I think one guy that stands out to me is Shane Flanagan. Obviously, just because his son's there, maybe that can give him confidence and maybe improve his game. I don't know. That could help in some way. I like the idea of John Morris too. I think John Morris got unfairly treated at the Sharks. So I think he'll do well getting a head coaching role again. So there's plenty of options out there that for sure. Just need to find an experienced coach rather than a rookie, in my opinion.
Who would you select if you were the Bulldogs CEO tomorrow? If you're working on the board, who would you select as the Bulldogs head coach? Who's your choice?
Flanagan, that's who I'll go with.
Shane Flanagan. All right. All that CHAMPA, mate. First of all, what'd you make of Trent Barrett stepping down? And what'd you make of, and who do you reckon should be the new Bulldogs head coach?
Well, Trent Barrett stepping down, it was a very risky move that he decided to take, considering where the Bulldogs are right now. The last thing they needed was a coach to resign, basically. I mean, we all know Trent Barrett hasn't been the best of coaches as of late. His win percentage record is, from my knowledge, under 12% or around 12%. So it's a very poor percentage record. Yeah, worse in history, yes, like you said. So he didn't have the best resume, but at the end of the day, he is the coach of the Bulldogs, and stepping down, from the coaching role, from where the Bulldogs are right now, it was a very risky move, and I think it was the last thing that the Bulldogs need was to have another issue come at their table. Was it the right decision in terms of long-term planning? Hard to say. A lot of people would say yes because of, as I said, the win percentage record of him hasn't been the best. He is someone though who's in his era was one of the best halfbacks going out. So he does have a good rugby league mind, but I think in terms of coaching wise, I don't think he really suited the role as a coach. I mean, as Manly and ProEnzo would know, I didn't have the best time at Manly, so and nothing changed when he was at the Bulldogs. So whether it was him resigning or whether the board or Gus got involved, a very risky move to take. But as in terms of a new coach, the man you guys are talking about, Shane Flanagan, his son's already there, so it could like you said, bring Kyle Flanagan's game up a bit. I think the next coach they need a coach who has experience in finals football, who has experience in winning a premiership, who's worked alongside great players. And a name I want to throw out as well is Paul Green. I reckon Paul Green will be another fantastic person for the position as head coach. He took a Cowboys side who was going nowhere and took him to a premiership. He's worked with great players like Michael Morgan, the great Jonathan Thurston. He's coached the Queensland side, so he has a great reputation. So the name I want to throw out there is Paul Green. I reckon he'd be a great person to pick the Bulldogs back and to bring that Bulldog aggression and to make them a top club like they once were many years ago.
Well said. And look, obviously Shane Flanagan's the obvious name going around, and he's probably the favourite for the job at the moment. My thoughts on Trent Barrett getting sacked or stepping down, whichever way you want to put it. From what I understand, the board were not happy with Trent Barrett, so he was going to get sacked probably by the end of the week anyway. Whether they win on Friday night against the Tigers or not, who knows? But I'm not surprised that this has happened. The Bulldogs have been dog shit all year. They bought Josh Adokar, they bought Matt Burton, they bought Matt Duffy, they bought Paul Vaughan. They haven't got any better. They're still in the same position as what they were last year. And if you're going to buy those sort of players and you're still in the same spot, then maybe it's time to go. And look, I don't really feel sorry for Trent Barrett that much. Everyone's saying, "Oh, I feel sorry for Trent Barrett." It's like you got the shittest record in the Bulldogs' history. You bought fucking Burton, you bought Duffy, you bought Adokar, you bought Vaughan. Two of those players have won a grand final. Three of them have played Origin. Vaughan, Burton, and hang on, Matt Burton hasn't played Origin, has he? No, he hasn't. But Vaughan and
No,
Burton, I mean, has he? No, he's in the squad.
no, Adokar.
Burton. Oh, yeah. Adokar
You
and
think-
Burton, they have won a
yeah,
premiership. Sorry.
Adokar.
They have won a premiership.
Yeah.
Paul Vaughan's played
And,
Origin, played for Australia.
Yes.
Dufty's always been a up and down sort of fullback. But you know what?
But
I'm not surprised.
But
Yeah, look, I'm not. What's that?
I was saying, and many players like Burton, he's on the rise as well. So, you know,
Yeah.
he was a player that was into good form. And Tavita Pangai Jr., he is another great player that came from Brisbane. So,
I'm
you know,
not
he signed a lot
surprised that he's still down, man. Like, I'm not surprised he's still down. I'm kind of glad he did. Kind of glad he did step down. I think they needed someone else, a better direction, a better leader. As who should be the new coach? Well, you boys have said Shane Flanagan. I know Paul Green's name's been thrown around. I know Brad Fittler's name's been thrown around. Plenty of names going around in the hat at the moment. But, boys, I would go someone completely different. I don't mind the John Morris factor as well, because John Morris, when he was coaching Cronulla, he got him to the finals. And, yeah, they did go out the first round, but he got him to the top 8. But the coach I would like to see take over the reins and be the new head coach of the Bulldogs, someone who's done his apprenticeship for a while now. He went over to England. He came back, did a bit of an apprenticeship over there. I would go with Jason Riles.
Ooh,
Wow.
interesting pick. A very unpopular pick.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's unpopular. I mean, look, he's done his apprenticeship at Melbourne for, you know, all those years. He's now at the Roosters, doing his apprenticeship at the Roosters, obviously as an assistant. He is ready. I believe Jason Riles is ready to be a head coach in the NRL, just like Craig Fitzgibbon is right now, just like Adam O'Brien did his apprenticeship as well. Jason Riles deserves an opportunity to become a head coach, and I think a club like the Bulldogs, where everyone says they're in turmoil, and they don't look good at the moment, but you look at the players they get next year in Reid Marnie and William McKickow, they're only a halfback away from probably being a top 8 side. They're only a quality halfback away.
I reckon they do have
from being a team that's going to be
they
around
do
the
have a
top
quality
8.
halfback.
No, they don't. They don't have a quality halfback.
They do have a quality halfback.
Who?
Carl Flanagan's a quality halfback.
Give up. Give up.
Yes.
Throw him in the bin.
No. He's a no. He's a great player. He's a great player.
Trent Barrett played 5'8" in his career, and he knows how to play halfback. And if he couldn't get Burton and Kyle Flanagan going, then why aren't the Bulldogs going better? And the 4-pack's fine. So I believe Jason Riles would be a great addition. I would like to see him take over as the head coach. I think give him an opportunity, and we'll see how he goes. I mean, Gus is the one in charge, or not in charge, but Gus is the one there calling a lot of the shots. It's going to be very interesting to see what does happen here, but I think Jason Riles is ready for this NRL level. And look, I know everyone wants Shane Flanagan to be a coach, and I do too, but I don't want to see another father-son combination. We've got enough of them. We've got the Clearys. We've got the Walters. We don't need any more of these father-son combinations.
We've got the Arthurs.
We've got the Arthurs. How many more do we need?
Failures.
We don't need any more. We don't need any more fucking father-son. And with all due respect, the best thing for Shane Flanagan right now is to stay away from Kyle Flanagan, I reckon, anyway.
Yeah,
Good.
fair
All
enough.
right. You did mention Riles. You think his experience? You think his experience at the Roosters and the Storm, he could bring a lot of tactics and playing styles from those powerhouse teams, and could it mix well with the Bulldogs? Could you see it mixing well with
Why
the
not?
Bulldogs?
Have a look at Adam O'Brien. Adam O'Brien's first 2 years of the Knights. He did his apprenticeship at the Roosters and the Storm as well. And now he's at the Knights, and he got him to the finals the first 2 years. This year's a bit up in the air if they'll make the 8 or not. But I think you need someone to go in there with a new voice, a new leader, someone that isn't afraid to get his hands dirty. And Jason Riles, he's not afraid to go in there and do a tough job and ask the tough questions. Trent Barrett, I think is. I think he was a bit scared to ask the tough questions. So I think Jason Riles is my selection.
Just one more question I want to ask you, boys, since we're on the topic of Trent Barrett. Trent Barrett, a lot of the Penrith players, such as Brent Naden, Jack Hetherington, William Kikau. They all wanted to play under Barrett, and we've seen now since Barrett resigned, Nathan's out the door to my mighty West Tigers, and Harrington is not too far out. Could we see a lot of other players be either shown the door or walk out because of Barrett resigning? Like Kikau, he's coming to the club next year, and sources say he wanted to play under Barrett. Now that Barrett won't be there when he arrives, would he stay there for long? Or would he even want to go there in the first place?
There is more chance of me winning the lotto than Marnie and Kickout not going to the Dogs. They will beat the Dogs next year, I have no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Absolutely no doubt.
Fair.
What do you reckon, Lorenzo?
Yeah, Kikau's already come out and said he's committed to the club next year, so I think he'll be good to go.
Yep. And I think Reid Marnie will probably do the same. But let's move on. Topic number 4. The Dolphins, they picked up a quality winger. They picked up Edric Lee. He is going to the Dolphins next year to be coached by Wayne Bennett. The question is, can Edric Lee get back to his best under Wayne Bennett? I'll start with you first, ProEnzo Vidz. Edric Lee played for Queensland a couple of years ago during the origin period where the crowds were like 30,000 because the whole COVID bubble and all that. Can Edric Lee get back to his best football under Wayne Bennett?
Yeah, I believe he can. Wayne's got a history of making players play better than what they were previously. And I think Lee's a good example. Lee has talent as a player. I've always thought he has had talent as a player in general. And yeah, I think I like the signing too, bro. I like it. I think he's going to go well there. I think he's going to score a lot of tries for the Dolphins as well, since he knows his way to the try line, and he's a very consistent player normally. Had that one season off in 2021, but I'm sure this year next year he'll bounce back and do really well for the Dolphins and give back to what Bennett gave him. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he goes for sure.
Edric Lee, the Dolphins' top try scorer for 2023. It could be it could win that award.
Yes,
There's no doubt about it.
Definitely.
What about you, Champa? Edric Lee, can he get back to his best under Wayne Bennett? And I just want to add in as well, ever since he's came back to Newcastle this year, he's been playing pretty well. Even in Newcastle teams even though they've been getting beat in a few games, Edric Lee has been a standout form, even when they've been getting flogged. So, what do you reckon, Champa?
Oh, I reckon he can. I've always had high hopes on Edric Lee. In any club he's been at. I've always thought he's been a quality winger. He's got all the He's got all the essentials. He's a big, fast, strong ball runner who can contest with the ball, who can jump really high. So right there, you already have the base foundation for a great winger. And to put on top of that, you're going to be coached under one of the best coaches of all time. It doesn't get any better than that. I honestly reckon he could be in contention for a top 10 or a top 5 winger heading into 2023. Being with the Dolphins. Now, I reckon all they need now is to sign a good halfback who can give them good kicks, give them good balls, and honestly, I reckon you got yourself a try scoring machine out on that edge.
I think Edric Lee's a good start for wingers. I mean, having a look at the open market, they've got a Saka coming there next year, so Edric Lee, Jermaine Saka on the wings. I don't mind that wing pairing. I think it's a reasonable wing combination for the Dolphins for their first season. I think he will get back to his best under Wayne Bennett. Obviously, he is a Queenslander. I like what he brings to his game. I like the way he gets the sets rolling. I like his attack. Defensively, that's always been a bit of an issue with Edric Lee, but I think he'll do a good job under Wayne Bennett up there at the Dolphins. And I want to say hello in the chat to Sam Revel. He says,
I saw his comment.
He says, "Oi, you good-looking cunts, how you going?" I'm going well. But
I'm going well too.
Edric Lee, I think he is a great addition to the Dolphins. I think he'll be a good signing for him. Defensively, is probably one thing that he needs to work on in his game, but he's doing well. ProEnzo Vidz, anything else you want to add on this about Edric Lee?
Not really. He's definitely got enough time in the game. He's only 29, 30, so he should go well.
Yeah, should go well. Champ, anything else on Edric Lee, brother?
Like I said, you just need to find the right players around him to get the best out of him. Because Edric Lee, like I said, has all the qualities to making a great winger. But you need to get a halfback who can give him good balls, like whether it's passing or kicking, or you got to get a good centre that can play well next to him. And of course, Bennett will come with more signings, and he'll be smart. He'll know to choose the right players that's already in the team, and I reckon Edric Lee is well, like I said, I reckon he's in contention for being a top winger next year. Could even be one of the best. Could even be one of the best.
Watch this space. We'll soon find out. Let's move on to topic number 3 now. Boys, was Magic Round 2022 a successful pass mark, or was it a failure in the wet? I will give you my run on it. I was there for the entire weekend, every game. Friday was pretty good. The weather held up. It stopped raining at 5 o'clock on Friday. Didn't rain again until late. I think it was late in the Broncos Manly game. Saturday, it was a fucking bludgeon, pissing down, rain, dog shit. Obviously, the Titans-Dragons game was a good example of that, where how wet it was. And then we got to Sunday, and it did not rain once on Sunday. For me, it was a massive pass mark. It was one of the greatest weekends of my life. I had a blast. I thought it was fantastic. The atmosphere on Friday, Saturday, Sunday was electric. Even in the rain, guys, there was still 40-odd thousand there. It was incredible. For me, it's a pass mark. ProEnzo Vidz, mate. Magic Round, a pass or a failure?
Definitely pass, I reckon. I think, compared to last year where there was more sin bin send-offs, a bit more drama, I think this year's definitely been a lot better in terms of that change. Definitely made the fans a bit more happier this time around. And I guess the weather definitely played a part in Magic Round, but still, I reckon it was a great round, and I think a lot of the games were good too. So I'm glad you had a good time, Nick, and everyone that went. So I liked it. I really did.
And Lorenzo, I also will say as well, is the reason why it was so good was because there were so many fucking upsets. I mean, fuck me.
Yeah.
No one would have picked Manly to get beat 38-0. No one would have picked Penrith 13 plus. No one would have picked Canberra to flog Cronulla. Fuck, there was so many surprises. I mean, it was definitely better than last year. Last year was the sin bin marathon, the send-off fucking challenge. This year, even though there were a couple of games that were blowouts and a couple of games that were disappointing for everyone watching at home and everyone that was there live, overall, it was a fantastic round of football. And I can't see any negatives besides those clowns that tried to have a fight on Friday night. But all that CHAMPA, mate. Besides the West Tigers getting their ass kicked, what was your thoughts on Magic Round?
Like I said, I thought it was a massive success. We've seen some great games. Power Roosters, both probably game of the round for me.
Oh, yeah.
We saw some
Great
amazing moments, like even though it still hurts me to remember, but Murray Talangi's pass, probably one of the best things I've ever seen. And I think right behind that is Joseph Sawali's performance. I reckon he was fantastic.
Yeah, he was great
in the Roosters match. And
Cobbo, bro. What about Cobbo on the weekend?
Cobbo, yes, him as well. Origin level performance right there against Manly. I reckon Magic Round. It's always been just a round where you can always get excited for, because you're going to get the best out of teams, whether it's two shit teams or whether it's two of the best. And
boys, last week our tips were diabolical. I think I got 3 out of 8.
Oh, one. Got bloody one. One tip.
What game was that, Champa? What game did you get right?
I'm trying to think now. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Penrith because I tipped Storm.
Knights?
I tipped Manly. No, I tipped Dogs. I tipped Sharks. The Tigers. I think
Broncos?
It was the Titans match. I tipped the Dragons. No. No, which one? Fuck, I can't even remember which one it was.
Oh, it was
I
one
know
of
it
them.
was, one of the first few games that happened.
Yeah, wow. South?
Wasn't. Yeah, it was South. I'm pretty sure it was the South match. Yeah.
Yeah, nah. Our tips were shocking over the weekend.
Terrible.
You, boys, is there anything the NRL can do to make Magic Round better? Like I was there, it was fantastic. I still reckon they can probably add a bit more, outside facilities, like more games, like shit like that. But is there anything else you got, boys? Reckon that they can fucking make, to make it better, or what do you reckon?
Well, in terms of the actual game of rugby league, I reckon everything's fine. I mean,
Yeah,
you can't really pick a good draw of Magic Round because you don't know how the teams are going to start off heading into Magic Round. So, I think the issues they need to face is just within the attendance, the audience, the crowd. That's really the only issues I could think of because you can't be having fights like that, in front of families and
yeah,
children. Like
security and all
that's
that.
just
Yeah, they're gonna work that out.
that's yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah,
But other than that, the game's fine. I'm glad the ref kept his whistle in the bucket and didn't send a lot of people to the bin like the frenzy was last year. But I
yeah.
think Magic Round was a complete success, and I don't see anything to change from
What about you,
it.
ProEnzo Vidz? Anything else? Anything else that they
Yeah,
could do to make it better?
yeah. I'm not sure how many of you saw this, but Nico Hines said that he wants to have a Magic Round sort of polo when you come into the
Yes,
games and all that. I like the idea of that, and I support that because it brings
we
so
spoke
much
about this
out.
last week.
Yeah, and it brings so much out of the round as well. Like just what it means, Magic Round, and it's just fun. It's a fun idea. I like that.
Yeah, I
That's
will
good.
say
Uh,
half time of each game that there needs to be a band at the stadium that can play music. Because
Mm.
I got sick of looking at on the fucking TV on the screen, all these fucking people doing all these music. I'm like, can we get a fucking band out onto the ground to do something? But who knows?
that's a good point. That's a good point. It can bring more entertainment during the
Yeah,
games and halftime, and you just don't want to. You don't want to be just sitting there just waiting for the next game because it is a bit of a wait until the next game. So just having a halftime performance, whether it's a band or you could have some sort of just performance, some
the
sort of
other thing I
act
will
or
say,
show, just something that could.
when a team wins, when a team fucking wins, and they've won the game, and their NRL theme songs on in the background, don't fucking talk over it. Let the song fucking play so all the fans can get up and sing and celebrate their win. And then you got these fucking clowns on the sideline. Oh, what a win this was by the fucking Raiders over the Sharks and all this, and the Roosters over the Eels. I'm sitting there watching the Roosters game, and the game's over, and I'm sitting there going, I just want to listen to the Roosters song. They won the game. Same with the Broncos. Like, I just want to listen to the song. I don't want to hear this fucking 5'9" statue cunt on the sideline fucking talking about, oh, we'll see you all tomorrow for Magic Round and all this. Fuck, hey, let the songs be fucking played in the ground when it's over.
That's a good point you put out there, Nick. That's a very good
Drove me
point.
fucking
It's
mad
a
every
problem we
game.
still face during the games.
Home teams, the teams that were at home were getting their songs on at full time. But when the teams that won that were the away team, you wouldn't hear their fucking song. You would not hear it. You would hear it just. It's ridiculous. But overall,
I
it was
mean, it's
definitely a
not their
pass
home
mark.
game. Yeah, it was a good game. A good round of footy.
Anything else you guys want to talk about on this or move on?
Move on.
I might be at Magic Round 2023. Who knows?
Yeah, it's good.
Maybe.
You better be there, both of you. You better be there. It's worth it. I'll tell you.
I'll try, bro.
Better be.
All right. Topic number 2. The South Sydney Rabbitohs are taking a game to Dubbo this weekend. Should every club take a home game to regional areas? I'll start with you first, ProEnzo Vidz. What do you reckon about this, brother?
Yeah, totally. Because I think there's a good fan base out in those regional areas, like the rural areas and all that. I think a couple of teams like Panthers take games out to Bathurst, Manly take games out to Mudgee. So there's a couple of clubs that do that currently, and I think it's a good idea for the game. Just it expands it more, and just it just spreads it out to newer fans and just newer sort of places where not much footy's been played, and I guess that just you talk about growing the game. Well, that's what we're going to do. And I think it's a good idea taking games to Dubbo like this weekend. So big
Grow
supporter of
that game. Grow that game. Grow
Yeah,
that
good
game.
game.
They can
That's
grow.
What about you, Champa?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. I know a lot of regional areas out in Penrith ways that I'd love to see a game come out here if you're heading more towards the countryside. But in terms of like in Dubbo and in many, North New South Wales, Upper Queensland, I reckon it's great because like Lorenzo said, that there's not much rugby league that happens around those areas in terms of professional first grade rugby league, and because they don't have teams out there, and just bringing a game out there and it's you're not only are you growing the game, but you're supporting the community of these regional areas who aren't as big as the big cities like Sydney or Brisbane. You're supporting them, and you're supporting their town, their grounds, the club that owns the grounds as well. You're supporting a lot of people doing that, and I think it's fantastic that the NRL has these games, and we need to see more of it. We definitely need to see more of it because it's just a fantastic way for the NRL to give back to the fans who watch their game. I think it's absolutely amazing.
I gotta say, if the Gold Coast Titans have some balls, they will take a game to Lismore because we all know what happened here in February. We got flooded like fucking there was no tomorrow. At the start of 2021, there was a trial game here in Lismore between the Titans and the Warriors. There has been a few rumors going around that the Titans versus Knights game, I think it's the second last game of the year or the last game of the year. I think it's a Sunday afternoon game. The Titans may move that game to Lismore and have the Titans and Knights way down here. Now, I hope it happens. Oaks Oval is already back up and running. It can fit 8,000 people. It's already a nice ground. It's ready to go. And if the NRL, or not, it's not even the NRL, if the Gold Coast Titans are serious, they should bring a game down here. I know there's a game in Coffs Harbour this year between the Sharks and the Titans. I know there's been games being played at Wagga Wagga, Bathurst, Dubbo. I want to see games go everywhere. I want to see a game go to Perth. I want to see a game go to South Australia. Take a game to Cairns. Take it all over the fucking country. Why not? Exactly. Original areas.
I want to see a game be taken out. If you're going more the mountains ways to all the Penrith viewers, you might know what I'm talking about. You head towards Blue Mountain ways, Katoomba, Warramoo, all those areas. Half of these people don't even know what those areas are. I reckon and there's grounds out there that the NRL can take games to. I reckon it'll be fantastic to have a game there to support the community and grow the game. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah, no doubt. ProEnzo, Vidz, mate, should they take games all over the country as well, not just regional areas, even Tasmania?
Why not?
I mean, you try it. I mean, if we talk about growing the game, we'll grow the game out to Tasmania in other ways. Why not?
You know what? Fuck it. Take an NRL game to fucking Papua New Guinea and Samoa. I want to see that happen too. Take a game to Tonga. Take a game to Fiji. Why not?
Take a game to China for all I care.
Fan bases.
China? Oh, no. We're not going
too
there.
far. Too far there, boys.
We're not going over there. I don't think China know what a rugby ball looks like. I'm not going over there. Right, boys. The rugby league fan bases in Papua New Guinea, Samoa, Tonga, Fiji. Perfect. Take a game to Port Moresby once a year. It'd be fantastic.
It'd be really great to expand the game out those ways and to really.
And if you have a look at Papua New Guinea as well, bro, rugby league is the number one game in Papua New Guinea, so I think it'd be perfect as well. Take a game over there. Why not?
This is kind of off the regional area a bit, but I want to bring this up since we're on the topic of taking games to areas.
Yeah.
Take an NRL game to England, or no?
Nah. Too far.
No. Too far?
Too far.
Fair enough.
No.
It's a long fuck. It's a long way. It's a fucking long way. I mean, but
Fucking
we'll
long
find.
way.
Yeah, look, honestly, South Sydney taking a game to Dubbo is fantastic, and I know Cameron took one to Wagga Wagga. I know Penrith took one to Bathurst, and teams taking games everywhere. What Manly went to where'd Manly go? Take a game to
Mudgee.
Mudgee. Just kept taking games around, and like I said before, Lismore got destroyed by the flood in February. Lismore was going to have a game here apparently next season. I think we should get a game here later on in the year if they're fair income. And I think it'd be perfect. And it'd sell out. You get 8,000 people for sure. So hopefully it happens. Let's hope it happens. Well, let's move on. The topic number 1. Boys, Melbourne Storm head coach Craig Bellamy has re-signed for another year at Melbourne. How many more years does Bellamy have left in him, ProEnzo? Vidz? How many years does Bellamy have left in him before he does retire?
Well, this is like his 22nd or at least 20-something years he's been coaching the game. So that's a very long time. And I don't know. I don't know how much he has long left. I think maybe this year and next year might be his last. Like 2024 might be the end of his tenure coaching with the Storm and in the NRL in general. It's a tough one because he's doing so well. You can tell how much of an effect he has on a football team like the Storm. So it's very tough to even to determine whether he should stop anytime soon. But yeah, I think it has another 2 or 3 years left in him at least, I believe. And then after that, get Jason Rolls or someone else in that coaching role for Storm afterwards.
But you, Champa?
I reckon he can coach as long as he wants. He can do what Bennett does. I mean, Bennett doesn't look like retiring anytime soon. And in all honesty, I don't think Craig Bellamy is. I reckon he if he wanted to, he could coach for the next 5 to 10 years. He has so much passion for the game and for a coach. And not only that, but the players that he has, some of those players, he's been their only coach for such like Cameron Munster, Jerome Hughes, Pappenhausen, trying to think of another one on top of my head. Brandon Smith, even though he's on the way out, he's been the coach he's been their only coach in terms of rugby league, and look, Cameron Munster even said he's happy that Bellamy's back. He's learned so much from him, and Bellamy. Look, whether you guys disagree with me or not, but he is one of, if not the best coach of the modern NRL era. So having him stay at a club, I think it's fantastic for the Storm. And well, I don't see them slowing down anytime soon. It's just on his own terms on when Bellamy wants to retire, and until that day comes, I see him coaching for a very long time at the Storm, not at any other club.
I'm going to make a prediction right here. What are we? We're 2022 now. I reckon Craig Bellamy will retire in 2030. I reckon he's got another 8 years in him. I reckon he's got at least another 8 years. I don't see any reason. I don't see any reason why Bellamy should step down. He is the best coach in the game since 2003. He's got all the attributes. I can't see him retiring anytime soon. Out, bro.
No,
exactly.
There's no reason for him to retire, boys. He's he's got everything right at Melbourne. Melbourne aren't getting any worse. There's no pressure on him. Craig Bellamy's the man, and there's no reason for him to step down. I reckon 2030 is when he will retire. He's got 8 years.
That's what I said.
That's a fine prediction because I as much as the players, I don't think the club, the board and the head of football, I don't think they want to lose Bellamy. No way. Because think about this. The time will come when Bellamy has to leave, but I don't think the board's ready for a post Bellamy era, if you know what I mean. trying to find
Yeah.
another coach, to live up to what Bellamy has done for the Storm. Mate,
Good luck.
I can only think of a handful of coaches in the NRL who is coaching a team and not coaching a team. I can only probably bring up 2 names, really, that can actually live up to Bellamy's name and Wayne Bennett is one, and the absolute closest I can think of a second is probably there's no bias, but Michael Maguire. That's literally the only few coaches I can think of that actually live, or Des Hasler. That's another coach I'll throw in there. But
mate. Is he?
Those are really the only few coaches I can think of that can. I mean, come on, can you really think of Nathan Brown or Adam O'Brien at the Storm?
Oh,
Hey,
God.
they'll run that club to the ground. They will run that club to the ground. So
Yeah.
the club's not ready for Bellamy to leave, and I think because think about it, the time that Bellamy leaves, the Storm, and I'm going to make a prediction right now, the time Bellamy leaves or retires, everything will change with the Storm, and they will not be the same team that for many years.
No doubt.
Yeah.
They'll be brought back down to reality, and it could even change the landscape of the NRL.
Yeah, look, I think we all agree Melbourne are going to be up there again for another 5 years, 10 years. We're fucking jack of them. We are sick of Melbourne. We want them to lose, but as long as Bellamy's there, boys, we all know they're going to be in the top 4. So
exactly,
it's just a annoying reality that we all have to deal with. But we all know it. All right,
we just gotta
move on. Let's move on. It's time for the Breakdown Podcast game show.
Oh my God.
It's time. Now, obviously last week, ProEnzo Vidz wasn't here. He had a couple of issues with his laptop. Surprised he hasn't smashed it to 100 pieces yet. Last week, we did the game show live from Brisbane, up where I was staying. I was staying up in Stafford, up there in Brisbane. I was staying all the way up in beautiful Stafford. Very nice area. And, so entertain us beat the fuck out of all that CHAMPA last week. But this week, it's only what, to 3. So, as you can see on the scoreboard down the bottom there, ProEnzo Vidz 0. All that CHAMPA is 0. It's a clean sheet. So, let's just hope one of you can get these right. Now, the questions are random. And the first question is, obviously, interrupt at any time you want. Try not to read the damn live chat. The question is, lads, remember, interrupt whenever you want. Just guess whatever. Last time the Broncos and Knights played, who was the first try scorer?
Oh, my God.
John Ricky?
No.
Norwich Wala.
No. Do you want a clue?
Tessie New?
Yeah.
It was a Ford.
Payne Haas?
No.
Flegler?
Daniel Saifidi.
No.
Fucking hell. Mitch Barnett.
Clemmer?
No.
Barnett.
No, you're not allowed to say nothing. What?
Barnett.
No.
Frizzell. Tyson Frizzell.
Oh, fucking hell.
Jordan Ricky?
No.
Oh, come on.
Come on, boys.
Harrington?
Yeah, Kobe Harrington.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the chart. What do you mean? Look, it's spammed twice there.
There's not much you can do about it. CHAMPA's phone's down there. I don't think CHAMPA can see it.
Yeah, okay, boys. The chat's over there on the screen, and I'm not reading it. Trust me, I'm not reading it. Eyes are on the camera.
Totally, bro. Totally. Yeah, good on you.
You gotta avoid reading the chat, boys. You gotta avoid it. Just don't read the chat. All right. Question number 2. So all that CHAMPA 1, ProEnzo Vidz 0. Last time Parramatta played Manly, what was the full-time score?
56-10 Manly.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That was an easy one.
Of course he would know that. Of course he would.
Yeah, of course I would, yeah.
I didn't think he'd fucking remember that.
I do. It was a good game.
All right, 1-1. 1-1. All right. Next question. All right. Last time the Cowboys and Storm played, who scored the first try? Tough one.
George Jennings.
No.
Go roughy there.
ProEnzo?
Kane Bradley.
Wrong. CHAMPA?
Olam, Justin Olam.
Wrong. ProEnzo Vidz?
Adokar.
Yes. Adokar was the first try scorer last time they played.
Right.
All right. ProEnzo Vidz 2. All out CHAMPA 1. Game on. All right.
Come on.
Next question.
Come on.
Last time the Rabbitohs and Raiders played, who was the first try scorer?
Fuck.
Whitehead.
Alex Johnston.
Both wrong.
Fucking hell.
Latrell Mitchell.
Wrong.
Keon.
Wrong.
Campbell Graham.
That guy.
Wrong.
Papali. Whitehead.
Wrong.
Cook.
No.
Walker.
Wrong.
Oh, Adam Reynolds.
Wrong.
Cody Walker.
Wrong.
Oh, Jackson
Puller.
Both wrong.
Oh, fucking more, bro.
Rapana.
Think. Yay! Rapana.
Yes.
There you go.
Rapana. Let's go.
All right.
Go.
We have a decider. It's 2-2.
Ooh.
2-2. Winner takes all for the last game.
It takes all. Come on, Lorenzo. Come
Yeah, come
on.
on, champ. Let's go, bro. Let's go.
Come on, Lorenzo.
This
Let's
is
do
going to be
this.
really close.
Let's go.
All right. I'm going to give you a fucking all-stars. Actually, no. No, I'm not. I'm going to give you a really tough one.
Come on,
I
Lorenzo.
don't know if anyone watches this.
Come on, champ. Come on.
Come on, Lorenzo.
This is going to be
I'm ready.
really
I'm ready.
difficult. I'll honestly be surprised. I'll genuinely be surprised if anyone gets this right.
Okay.
What was the score in round 1
Oh,
of the New South Wales Cup game
come on.
between the Newcastle Knights and the North Sydney Bears?
What?
Oh,
I'm gonna go.
I will give you one clue. The margin was 12 in favor of the Bears. The Bears won by
42-30?
12. What?
42-30.
Wrong. ProEnzo Vidz.
30-18.
Wrong.
12-0.
No.
24-12.
No. But I'll give you one more clue.
Yeah.
ProEnzo Vidz is going in the right direction.
Okay. 26-14.
26-14. 26-14.
No, both wrong.
Fuck. 30-18.
No.
22-10.
Nah, keep going up, bro. You're going backwards.
Right.
28-16.
Not quite. We're getting there.
Fuck. See.
Come on, boys. These are fucking hopeless.
32-20.
No.
Fucking hell.
34-22.
No. Fucking not bad, though.
36-24.
Yes, correct.
Yes. Oh,
Oh.
yes. Yes.
Oh,
I won
How are
a
you supposed to
game.
get?
I won a game. Yeah.
And about time, bro. It took you long enough.
Oh,
Took you long enough. You couldn't even get it right.
oh
How can you
man.
I'm sitting there
that,
in
bro?
fucking crowns. I was gonna fucking fall on the floor in a minute.
How you can get that? I don't even know, bro.
This is the
It was a tough one. I mean, I made it really hard for you, didn't I?
you did.
Bro,
The
but
all
we
out
need
the all
that.
out era
We
has
needed
begun.
that. We needed that.
I
The
made
all
it
out
very tough for you. So fucking oath.
the all out era has begun.
The all-out era has, next week you probably lose now that you fucking said that.
Oh,
Come
stop it.
I'm gonna come back.
All right.
He's gonna come back.
Well, let's get into the round of 40, shall we, fellas?
Yep.
All right. So what we're gonna do?
Do it.
We're gonna go for the round 11 tips, and all I want you to do, give me a margin of 1 to 12 or 13 plus, and give me your first try scorer. So round 11, the NRL kicks off tomorrow night, exactly 24 hours from now. Actually, it's the Newcastle Knights up against the Brisbane Broncos. ProEnzo Vidz, who wins this one? Give us a margin and first try scorer tomorrow night.
Yep. I'll go Broncos by 10, and my anytime trial scorer, I'm gonna go Cobbo.
First try scorer, bro. Don't worry about any time. I want first try scorers only. First.
Oh, Cobbo as well. Cobbo as well. Then, yeah.
Oh, yep, sounds good. What about you, Champa?
I'm gonna go Brisbane, and I'm gonna go.
By how much?
Oh, by 18 points, and
Okay, yep.
I'm gonna go. Think. Adam Reynolds, first try scorer.
All right, I'm gonna go the Broncos 1 to 12, and I reckon Jordan Ricky will be the first try scorer tomorrow night. I think he's running at Anthony Milford, so I think Milford's defense is going to be shot. So Ricky first try, Brisbane 1 to 12. All right, Friday night, 6 o'clock, Light Card Oval, West Tigers, Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. Champa, your boys at Tigers. I'll ask you this one first. Tigers, Dogs. Who wins? By how much? And first try scorer.
Tigers win this one, 13 plus, and first try scorer is going to be the new man, Junior Tupou.
All right. ProEnzo Vidz.
Tigers 1 to 12, and my first try scorer. If he's back, I'll go Kepa Owa for first try.
Oh, yeah, Kapawa. I'll go West Tigers,
Yep.
1 to 12. First try scorer, Jackson Hastings.
Good tip.
All right. Friday night, 7:55 at Bank West or CommBank, Western Sydney Stadium, whatever you want to call it. Parramatta versus Manly. ProEnzo, who wins this one by how much and first try scorer, mate?
Para by 16, first try scorer per him. I don't have any belief.
Champa?
Unfortunate.
Parramatta by 1 to 12, and Gutho, first try scorer.
I'll go Par 1 to 12 as well, but I'll go Ruben Garrick first try scorer though. Garrick will score. He'll score first. All right.
No.
Saturday afternoon at Cogra, 3 p.m. Dragons and the Warriors. Bit of a toss of the coin sort of game, this one. What about you, ProEnzo Vidz?
Yeah, I'm actually going to go the Warriors here for the win. And I'll go them by, 2 points. And first try, Dragons will score first, though. And I think they'll be through Zach Lomax.
Yep. Champa?
Warriors 13 plus, and
Wow.
yeah, big one there. That's my smoky. And Montoya first try scorer.
I'll go the Dragons 1 to 12 back at home, and I'll go first try scorer Jack Bird in the back row. I reckon he'll score first.
Not bad. Not bad.
All right, Saturday night, 5:30 in Townsville, the game of the round, maybe the fucking game of the year. Top 4 clash, second versus third. Cowboys, Storm, wowee. This is going to be an absolute cracker on Saturday night. ProEnzo Vidz, mate, what about this one? This is going to be a classic.
It will, but it's so tough to tip. But I'm going to go Melbourne by 10, I think. And my first try is going to be Coates. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that.
Champa?
I think last year's game it's persuaded me, so I'm going to go Cowboys 1-12, and
Get him.
I'm going to go Murray Talangi first try scorer.
Boys, the Cowboys are absolutely flying at the moment. They've won 5 in a row. Everyone thought they would be fucking wooden spoon at the start of the season. They've proved everybody wrong. I think the Cowboys, with the momentum they've got, I think they'll win this. Jerome Hughes just named a play, but will he actually really play? And we haven't beaten Melbourne since 2015, so it's been a while since we have beaten Melbourne, but I think we can win this one. Call me biased all you want. I don't give a shit. I reckon we can win this. I'll go with the Cowboys 1-12, and first try score, I'm going to go with Tom Dearden.
Good pick. Good pick.
It will be a classic. I reckon it'll be a great game.
Classic.
All right, Saturday night, 7:35, another classic game right here at the SCG. Roosters and the Panthers. This should be another great game in this one here. Champa, Roosters or Panthers? What's going to happen here, mate?
Call me crazy, boys. Roosters 1-12. I reckon they picked up form. Roosters 1-12. My first try scorer, I'm going to go Joseph Suwali, the young superstar.
Roosters are paying $3.50, by the way, so if you've got to spare $20, it could be a good bet.
Good $20 right there. That's it.
ProEnzo Vidz, Roosters and the Panthers.
I'll go Penrith 12 and first try scorer. Just I don't know. I think Tago scores in good form in terms of try scoring.
Yeah. I'll go the Penrith Panthers 1-12 as well. I think they're just too good at the moment, and I don't know any team that can beat them at the moment. It's their comp to lose at this point. So I'll go Penrith 1-12, and I'll go Brian Dottall to score the first try on Saturday night.
Brian
Dottall. Next game, Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. at Apex Oval out there at beautiful Dubbo. South Sydney Rabbitohs versus the Canberra Raiders. ProEnzo Vidz.
Yeah, it was a tough one actually because I think Canberra have definitely got momentum now after that win, but I just trust Souths because it's at Dubbo. That they don't want to have to go through what happened last year against Penrith when they lost at Dubbo by 50. So this time they'll turn up and win, and I'll go Souths by probably 6 points and first try Keon Kalamatangi.
I like it. What about you, Champa? South versus Canberra.
South 13+, and I'm gonna go. Trying to think of a player here. Totola, first try scorer.
Tavita Totola in the front row. Wow,
big money right there. Don't worry, you'll get it.
Good money. The Raiders are my specials of the round.
Oh,
the Raiders will win. They are in good form. They won 2 in a row. They absolutely impressed me last week, and I think they're starting to find their confidence, and I think they're starting to find their DNA, boys. I think they're starting to find what they are doing at the moment is working. I think Souths are still a bit up in the air. They had a good first half against the Warriors, and they almost blew that game. They led 32-6 with 20 to go, and they were down 30, and they were up 32-30. They just held on. They were. If that Warriors game went over 2 minutes, they would have lost the Warriors. I'm telling you right now. But the Raiders are in good form. Jack Whiten's back. I'm going the Raiders 1-12. First try scorer, Hudson Young in the back row will score first.
Not bad.
I'm looking forward to this game on Sunday afternoon. I think it would be the most high-scoring game of the weekend. If anyone out there is having a punt, South versus Canberra, the overs, get on the overs. It'll be over 48 points that game. Plenty of points in that one.
Could be really good.
All right. Final game of the round. Sunday Arvo, 4 p.m. at CY Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. It is the Titans and the Sharks on the Goldie. ProEnzo Vidz, what about this one, mate? Titans Sharks.
Yeah, for me, I'll go Sharks to bounce back from their loss last week against the Raiders. Very disappointing. Won't want to have to go through that again. So Sharks by 1-12, and I think Katoa will score first. Your man, Nick.
Oh, I love me some Sione Katoa, but back in for top try scorer at the start of the year. Still needs to. I'm a fair way off that prediction, but he needs to score some tries. What about you, Chamber? Titans Sharks.
Yeah, I'm going to go Sharks here. again, pick up some good form from taking an upset to Canberra. 1-12 though, I reckon it's going to be a very tight game. And my first try scorer, I'm going to go with Patrick Herbert.
He's in the reserves, bro, so he might not be playing.
Oh, in the reserves. Well, if that's the case, I'm going to go with another roughie, Tina Fasua Malawi.
Oh, yeah, Tino. Yeah, all right, not bad. I reckon the Sharks win 13 plus. I reckon they bounce back from last week. They were terrible last week. Nico Hines has gone back to halfback. They got a young kid at fullback named Lachlan Miller. Keep an eye on him. See how he goes this weekend. But the Sharks, for mine, they'll be a lot better than what they were last week, and they'll bounce back here. So I'm going to Sharks 13 plus. First try scorer. I'll go with the guy on debut, Lachlan Miller. Why not?
How good. Big money there.
Why not? But they're the tips done and all set for the weekend. Boys, the Canberra Raiders are my specials of the weekend. Champa, who are your specials of the weekend, mate? The Warriors.
The Warriors or the Roosters. I'm pretty sure are my specials. I got Warriors to beat Dragons, and I'm going to go Roosters. I don't think a lot of people are tipping the Roosters to beat the Panthers. The Panthers are in mighty hot form, and the Roosters are starting to pick up some good form as well. So a good way to build momentum is to knock up the premiership. The premiership actually the premiership, yeah.
What about you, ProEnzo Vidz? Who are your specials of the weekend, mate?
Parramatta. I think they'll be too good. They'll smash us on Friday. I'm not looking forward to it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, fair enough. Anyway, boys, that's been another episode of the Rugby Breakdown podcast. It's been a great show, boys. Episode 48. It's been very good.
Yeah,
it's been amazing.
Good fun.
Well, thank you to everyone in the live chat that tuned in for the show. I really appreciate everyone's time tonight. And ProEnzo, Vidz, Champa, it was always good to have you on. It's been a great show tonight. And good luck to your teams on the weekend, boys. Hopefully we can all come back next week celebrating a win.
That'll be great. I reckon we can. So
ProEnzo Vidz has got his head in the mud. He knows he's fucked Friday night. He's worried.
Be optimistic, Lorenzo. All right, you never know.
It's a top 8 team. We don't beat top 8 teams.
We're taking on the Dogs, man. That should be a fucking
boys.
Easy
well,
win.
Thank you very much, boys. It's been a great show. We're getting on out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Thursday night football review between the Knights and the Broncos. But as always, like, subscribe, go check out ProEnzo Vidz and all that, Champa. Have a great night, lads, and we'll see you all in the next one.